Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, September 9th. Can you even believe that it's September 9th? Holy moly mackerel. Anyway, here we are, September 9th, 2022. Just a moment to reflect on the life of Queen Elizabeth II. In our family, we have a lot of history with England. My grandmother was born and raised, grandfather were born and raised in England. We have quite a line of relationships there. So we grew up with learning about the monarchy and about England and our relatives. And so she was an amazing woman. Yes, it was a monarchy. Hello, Linda. Good morning. But anyway, so that's the story. Life goes on. She was an incredible woman. But moving right along. But it is, and it is 10 o'clock. It's actually 10 o'clock. So let's get started. So today I've got let me show you the cards. Here we go. I've got two cards that we're going to make. We're going to make these. Actually, there are three cards, not two. These and this one. But this one, I'm going to show you two different techniques. And then we're going to do this one, and I'm going to glitz this up a little bit, because after I made it, I said, you know what? This little witchy hat needs a little bit more excitement than what I've got here. So we're gonna do that. So anyway, let's get started. So what I first think I'm going to do is we're going to do these cards. Now, both of these cards are obviously the same template, but one is using daubers and one is using the baby wipe technique. So let's start with the baby wipe technique. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to move this over like this. Now, the first thing you want to do when you're doing a baby wipe technique is you want to get your stamp. Now, the stamp that we're going to use is from the Soft Seedlings stamp collection. I love this. It's so beautiful. Look at that leaf. Look at the leaves. Look at here. And the wording is beautiful, too. The script, you know how I am. I'm just nuts about scripts. Thinking of you, so grateful for you, and hello. So this is Good Morning, Colleen. Thanks for popping on. So we're going to use this stamp set. But when you do the baby wipe technique, what you want to do is you want to get your baby wipe, and let me get my little baby wipe here. You want to get your baby wipe, and you want to fold it to the approximate size of the stamp. And the reason that you want to do that, and in this case, I'm actually going to half it and then half it again. Oh, I've got the hiccups. Why do I always get the hiccups? This is going to be perfect. See, it's going to fit nicely over that. And the reason you want to do that is you don't want to have a giant baby wipe, because then the ink will spread all over the place and you're actually losing ink. And you know how I am. I'm pretty frugal, so I like to do it the best way possible. And I think this is the best way. So then you want to get a little plate. Any plate will do. And you're going to put your plate, you're going to put it down like such. Now, okay, now before we actually get started making that card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these layers, and I'm going to stamp my words first, because I want to make sure that I have plenty of room for my leaf. So I'm going to take, this is from Teeny Tiny Wishes. I know it's retired. It's one of my favorites. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to stamp it right here on the bottom like this, like that. So there's whoops, that quite didn't go all the way. So let me just take my marker. Let me just take my blank marker here and see if I can fix this, just to get that a little. There we go. Happy Thanksgiving. That works. No, there are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. Okay, so that one's done there. And then the next one, I'm going to take the Thinking of You, which is actually from the Soft Seedlings collection, and I'm going to put that on right here like that. Ta-da! Okay, so that's done. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put that away, because you know how I am with getting messiness. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring this over. Now the three colors that I'm going to use Old Olive, Cherry Cobbler, and Pumpkin Pie. So what I'm going to do next is take my Old Olive re-inker, and I'm going to put some ink like just like that, a couple drops like that, and out to the side, just like that. And then, and you know what? I'm going to put a little bit here and here just to give it a little bit of extra on the rims of the leaf. All right, now I'm going to take cherry cobbler and add some cherry cobbler in here. There we go, like that. Maybe a little bit more. And then I'm going to take some pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. All you people out there who are absolutely nuts about Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice and pumpkin latte and all of those things. It's crazy, huh? All right, so there we go. So now you see what's happening. These colors are melding together. They're just kind of floating, getting to know one another, and it's perfect on this size baby wipe. All right, now I'm going to take my stamp and I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to turn it just a little bit, and I'm going to turn it a little bit more. Okay, now let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to bring this in, and I am going to place it on my card piece like this. Ta-da! Oh, isn't that pretty? Look at that. Oh, by the way, this is scalloped contours. I took basic white and used the scalloped contour die and cut that out. But look at how pretty that was and how easy that was. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so that one's done. So then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the inside of my card, and so here's the card base, which happens to be with basic white, and I'm going to fold it like we always do and take my little bone folder and put this, there we go. People ask me, what's this? This is a jewel that for some reason got stuck on my work surface and it flipped over and it got attached to my bone folder, and so I just like it. So there we go. That's why that's like that. All right, let me open this up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this once again and I am going to huff on it. Good morning, Deb. Thanks for popping on. I hope to see you later on this afternoon. Stunning. I know, it is stunning. So now I'm going to do the Darth Vader thing. And I'm going to bring this in just on the lower right-hand corner, and just to give it a very subtle image like that. Now I'm also going to take the envelope, because I want the envelope to have some really pretty, you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink it up one more time on here like this, and then I'm going to bring it in and do this on the envelope because I want this to have some pretty, oh my gosh, I can't even stand how pretty this is. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so that is that. Now let's get this assembled. Easy peasy. First thing we're going to do is going to take my dimensionals. What did I do with them? If you could see this mess right now, it's a mess. It's totally a mess. But, oh, here they are. All right, here you are. Yes, you will. Very good, Deb. I've got you all set up, ready to go. Okay, so Deb's going to come over because she wasn't able to come over to do her cards this week. So she's coming over, and I'm wicked excited because this is actually the first time that Deb is going to be able to come to my house. So that's exciting. So the next thing I did was I took a piece of basic white, 5 1/4 by 4. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, good morning. And I ran it through the leaf folder. Isn't this beautiful? Look at how pretty that is. Look at the impression that gives. So this is going to go onto my base. And what did I do with my, see, I've got stuff all over the place here. Where is my silicone pad? Now, I had my silicone pad out here last night. It should be right here, right in front of me. Oh, for heaven's sakes, what did I do with it? Wait a minute, I have to get my silicone pad because I don't like getting adhesive all over the place. Let me go to my table over here and get this one. Okay, I'm coming back. All right, here we go. Now, let me add some adhesive to this. There we go. And then I'm going to put it on the base of my card. And you could do it either way. Actually, it doesn't matter. You can do it either way. It doesn't matter, like I said. Look at how pretty that embossing is. It just adds enough. Now, this is a Tracy Bradley card, by the way. This is not my original. This is one that I saw that Tracy Bradley did, and I copied it. Tuesday is also... Deb, you're so funny. Good thing I'm sitting down, right? Okay, so there I'm going to put this on the top. Isn't that pretty? Look at, oh my God. You know, some of these demonstrators are just so incredibly talented, and they share everything. It's wonderful. All right, so here we go here. And then I'm going to take, now these are the polished dots. Polished dots are retired. However, you could use whatever you want. So I'm going to take this one. This has got just a little bit of color to it, and I'm going to put it right like that. And there, my friend, is that card. Talk about easy. Isn't that gorgeous? And then there's the inside, and then of course we've got the envelope. Now this was done with the baby wipes. Now let me tell you a little something about the baby wipes. The baby wipes, when you do this technique, you do use a lot of ink. And so I like to plan my projects so that I'm going to make a lot of cards with this baby wipe, because you can reuse it over and over and over again. Now the beauty of it is that because, let me bring this up again here. Because this is a water-based ink, what you can do is you can take your spritzer. I can't. The other thing that happened, hey, Gail Bassett, good morning to you, sweetie. Thank you so much for popping on. You know, the disadvantage of reorganizing and cleaning out is that I forget where I put new stuff. So I can't find my official Stampin' Up! Spritzer, and I can't find my Stampin' Up! Sandpaper block. I don't know where they've gone, but anyway, so this is for my flowers. So I'm just going to spritz this once. See, I just spritzed it very, very lightly. So then you can come back and reuse this. And if you need to touch up a little bit of ink, you can. But this has a lot of life left in it. Look at this. I'm just doing this on my grid paper. But look, you can do this over and over and over and over again. You don't want to waste this ink. At least I don't, because I am very stingy. Well, I'm not really stingy. I'm frugal. So that's what you do. It's the trick of the trade here. Just spritz it a little bit, because this has got a lot of life. This is the one that I used last night. This is completely dry. But if I spritz this, look at all the ink that's still left in this that you can still use. So there you go. So that's that. So now, wait a minute. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is show you the dauber technique. All right, so the first thing I have to do is I have to clean my stamp, because we're going to use daubers. By the way, I do have a few dauber cases left. And I have to tell you, let me do a little quick advertisement here. Maybe let me wipe this dry. Okay. Now this, there we go, just like that. Okay, so let me just show you. I have these dauber cases. These are the Gary Berlin dauber cases. It holds 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40 daubers. So, and this, you can get these on Amazon. I think they're $16 or $17 each, but you don't get the daubers. However, what I'm doing is, I've got these cases. I'm selling this case with all 40 daubers in it. Plus, wait, there's more. You're going to get labels that you can put on. Let me show you. You're going to put an individual label in every single little spot here. Plus, you've got labels for the top, and plus you've got labels to label each dauber. If you wanted to take each dauber, wrap a piece of paper around this with the name of the color on it, and then you have a dedicated spot for all your daubers. You know exactly where they go. See, this is my dauber case. This is very old, but this is my dauber case. And here it is with all my daubers in it. And as you can see, it's got the names in each one. And then the top has the names in each one. I chose not to put the label on each one. It doesn't matter. But you will get that. But the point is that I'm selling this for only $25. So you do the math. Actually, I have to tell you that our Stampin' Up! Daubers, you get 5 daubers for $5. If you were to buy all the daubers for me, and if you want to do that, that's totally fine. I would love that sale. But that would cost you $40 just in daubers alone. So this is a great buy. $25 for the case and all the daubers. Okay, enough of the sale part. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's get back to the daubing. Now, what I have done is I took each of my colors, my pumpkin pie, and I put a little bit of the ink refill in the cover. And then I did the same thing with the cherry cobbler, and I did the same thing with my old olive, which is, where did I put old olive? You know what? You think that I'm crazy when oh, there she is. Here she is. Here's old olive. All right. So there we go. So here we go. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my green dauber. Here it is right here. This is my old olive dauber. And I'm just going to daub it into my ink like this. I'm going to get my stems done like this. And then I'm going to add a little bit to the edges. And you can see that I'm just doing the edges, not the whole part of the leaf yet, because I'm going to add some color. I'm going to add the cherry cobbler and pumpkin pie in. But this goes like this. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's get rid of this. And then I'm going to take my cherry cobbler. Here is the cherry cobbler. It looks very messy, but don't worry. There we go. And I'm just going to add some here and here. And I think I'm done with that one. And then I'm going to take my pumpkin pie. I'm not a pumpkin pie coffee person. Actually, I'm going to add one more little drop of pumpkin pie into my lid here. But I am amazed at all the people who just run to Dunkin' Donuts when it's time to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get the holiday pumpkin pie latte, mocha latte grande, whatever they all are. Anyway, okay, so there's that, adding a little bit more color to this. And you can see up close when you're actually doing this where you're applying it. Now, remember again that this is a water-based ink that we're using, and it dries pretty quickly. So you do need to become Darth Vader in order to get your image on here. So let me bring in my next piece of paper, which says Happy Thanksgiving. And now I'm going to become Darth Vader. And I am going to apply it to my paper, my cardstock, like this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now, there is a difference, because when you daub, you can put more ink wherever you want it or less ink, depending on what you want to do. So there you go. So there is that. Now I'm going to take my base, and I'm going to put, let's get this moved out of the way, and get my little bone folder in here. I love my bone folder. I love my tools. Tools make the job so much more fun. So much more fun. And then I'm going to take my layer, which again, I've already run through my Stampin' Emboss machine. I love this leaf folder. It's so pretty. It's just really, really pretty. And there is this. Good morning, Carol. There's my sister popping on. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, my dear sweet sister. The clam chowder is cooking. We're having a big party at my house tomorrow, a family party. We were supposed to have it over Labor Day, but we couldn't because Labor Day was a rain out. So we're having it tomorrow. And guess who's coming? Lorraine and her girls are coming, Carol Ann. That's a little inside thing. It's actually my son's girlfriend and her daughters. So they're coming. So it's very exciting because the aunties get to meet her tomorrow. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you for popping on. Yay. My peeps are with me this morning. Okay, here we go. Here's the Thanksgiving one. And I'm going to put it on just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, now with this one, I am going to take my Winky, because you know me and Winky have to do some, just add a little bit of color, a little bit of sparkle pizzazz. So I'm just going to add just a little bit real quickly here. This Winky is getting low on Winky fluid, but I have more winks. You know me, I have to have a lot of wink Stellas. There we go. And this just adds a little bit of glimmer, but look at how pretty that is. It's just such a pretty card. And then I'm also going to add some gems to this one too. And this time I'm going to take the smaller of the white, these little white ones, and I'm going to put one here. And awesome. Yes, I know. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put that one. Whoops, get over there. Get on the right. Turn over. You're supposed to turn over there. Hey! They do have a life of their own. All right, and one more. I think I'll put one more right here. There. Isn't that pretty? Oh, gosh, I just absolutely love that. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Tracy Bradley, for sharing. But look at how pretty it is. Now, when you use daubers, you actually use less ink than you do with the baby wipes. However, when you're doing the baby wipe technique, what you can do is you can make lots of cards with the baby wipe technique because you've got your ink already on your baby wipe and you can just keep stamping, stamping. And if it gets a little dry, just mist it, just like I showed you how to do. Okay, so there is that. Isn't that pretty? All right, so those are those two. So now let's get over to the witchy card. Let me move all of this out of the way so I have plenty of room because I need space. All right, now look at how cute this is. So using the new In Color Parakeet Party, and by the way, when we were on vacation, we saw 3 cars. I think it was a Range Rover. I don't know what they are. Anyway, 3 cars that were colored Parakeet Party. So that Pantone Institute does a fine job of reaching all markets, all the different kinds of markets. Home decor, clothing, crafting world, automobile world, all of it. It's just crazy. Anyway, okay, so then I took a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 basic black cardstock and I ran it through the retired embossing folder cobwebs. Spider webs. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to add some adhesive to this, just like that. And like I said at the beginning, I'm going to shush this up just a little bit, zhuzh it up a little bit, because the first one didn't have enough pizzazz for me. It's wicked cute. I love it. It's wicked cute. But let's just do this. And I'm going to show you what else I'm going to do because I have all these fun things to play with. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is take the piece of white cardstock that we're going to use that is actually going to put the little hat and the witch's feet on it. And this is where it gets a little bit, you have to do this trick, you have to be careful about this. What I didn't do on this one was I didn't put any washi tape on, but I'm going to put washi tape on this one because I forgot about it. I forgot that I had this washi tape, and it's glitter washi tape, so I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a strip of the glitter of the washi tape just on the bottom like that. And I'm going to trim this off, just snip it off with my snipperinis, like that. Make sure that's on nicely. It is. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to put this right here. And then what we have to do is we have to stamp the feet. Now, let me bring this in, and let me bring this in. Now, earlier I said I couldn't find my sanding block. When you have a stamp that has a lot of plain surface area like her boots do, I usually take my sanding block and just lightly sand over it because for some reason that allows the surface of this flat area to absorb the ink better. But as I said, I cannot find it. I don't know what I did with it. It's around somewhere. We'll find it. So I'm just going to ink it up. I'm going to go back and forth like this and then ink like this, and we're going to see what happens. Let's see how it comes out. So I'm going to stamp this right here just like that. Okay, now see, it didn't come out the way I wanted it, but there are no problems. There are no mistakes in Stampin' Up, none at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my alcohol marker and I am going to color this in just because I want it to be absolutely black, black, black. So this is going to take me just a minute or two to do this. I will find my, actually it looks kind of like lace stockings, those, you know, those lace stockings, those black lace stockings that women used to wear and still do. Not me, I don't wear stockings anymore. I wear socks. I like socks. Well, once in a blue moon I would wear a stocking, I guess, I don't know. All right, so there is that one. How cute is that? And I'm just going to add that in there. And then I'm going to come up and get this little stripe on her sock done. Just a little bit like that. Gosh, I love to color. Notice I'm talking when I'm coloring. When I'm usually coloring by myself, I don't talk. I wish we had two-way conversation. I bet at some point Switch is going to come up with a way where we can have two-way conversation so I can hear you as well as see your messages. But for right now, they don't. So you just have to listen to me babble. Okay, so there is this. There we go. And then I'm almost done. Okay, how's that? Perfect. And of course, you know what I'm going to do with it later. All right, so then the next thing I have to do is I have to stamp up the hat. So I'm going to take my Parakeet Potty ink, and I am going to stamp the hat in Parakeet Potty. There we go. Ink this up and go ahead and stamp it like this. Perfect. Lovely. Isn't that a cute color? Cute, 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 cute. Then blah, 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 blah. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take my punch. This is a bundle, by the way. If you wanted to get this, you could get this as a bundle. The punch and the stamp set. How cute is that? And I'm going to punch out her hat. Are witches always female? I don't know. In this PC world, I wonder if, I'm sure witches could be male. Or unisex, whatever. Anyway, there's my hat. I'm going to put the stars over there. And then I do need a band for this hat. So I'm going to take a piece of basic black cardstock and punch out this little band right here. Like this. There is that. I can move that aside. And then I'm going to take my little Tombow glue, my wet glue, and bring my hat in like this. And I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on it, just like that. And I'm going to pop it on like this. Cute, cute, cute. Like that. And then I am going to put some dimensionals on this because we're going to pop up this hat on top of her feet eventually, like that. Now, while this dries, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick. See on the card here, the little spider is hanging from the tip of her hat. Can you see that right there? Okay, so I want to make sure that the spider web, which the spider has just spun, starts at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pen or a pencil, whatever. I'm going to bring in my hat. I'm going to place it where I want it, but then I'm going to move it down just a little bit, like that. And I'm going to put a little mark right here, just a tiny little schmidjola of a mark. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my spider. Here, little spider, come over here. I love spiders. Spiders are very good. I know a lot of people don't like spiders, but I do. Spiders are very beneficial. All right, so then I'm going to come in, and where that dot is, I'm going to stamp my little spider like that. How stinking cute is that? Then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to now bring in my hat, take off my little pieces of paper like this, and then I'm going to put my hat on so that the tip of the hat falls right where the spider web starts, just like that. How stinking cute is that? Cute, cute, cute. Now the next thing is to add a little bit of adhesive. I could have probably put the adhesive on first, put it on the Parakeet Potty layer, but it's not a big issue. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on like this, just like that. There's just a tiny little bit of a margin on this. And actually, ooh, look at